Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the GeForce GT 1030 in 2020. This one is the GDDR5 model of the card. If you are here in this video because you're interested in buying a GT 1030, make sure it is the GDDR5 model that you're buying, because the DDR4 model is actually half as fast as this one and it costs like $5 less, so it's not worth it whatsoever, okay? This particular model that I'm using is the MSI Aero ITX version of the card. It comes already overclocked out of the box. Now, the GT 1030 released back in 2017, so it's 3 years old, but it still sells brand new, of course, and that's probably why you're here. This is one of the cheapest cards that you can get right now from Nvidia. Now, the 1030 consumes 30 watts of power. This is one of the main advantages of this GPU. If you have a pre-built with something like a 200 watt, 230 watt power supply, you should be able to buy one of these, install it in your system, and get it running without a problem whatsoever, and maybe play a few games, like less demanding games. Let's just install this in the system and see how it does in 2020, shall we? Alright everybody, we are now in the desktop, and as you can see right there, GeForce GT 1030, we're running the latest Nvidia drivers, which are 452.06 at the time of recording this video. The test system consists of a Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM, and of course these are overkill specs for a GPU like this one, but that shouldn't matter too much. We're testing the GPU only, we don't want it to be bottlenecked, and to not bottleneck a GPU like this, you only need something like a 4th Gen i5, Ryzen 3 1200, and you'll get pretty much the same FPS throughout the games that we're about to test here. So I showed you the settings right now. We're playing at 720p, low settings with ultra textures, Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a very demanding game, and the first one that we're testing today. Where's my boy? Get over here, boy. There he is. Arthur, can you please move a little bit faster? Thank you so much. Okay, like you can't actually run there for some reason. Oh gosh, like there are clouds in the sky today, so the lighting will change a little bit here in the camera. Sorry about that. Well, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Let's go. So as you can see in Red Dead 2, the experience is quite decent. It's not too bad. It's like a 30 FPS on average experience. You could definitely play like this, especially with the ultra textures. It makes everything look a lot better, of course. And let me just go to Valentine, my friends. Yeah, I want to see our FPS in Valentine because it's a demanding city here in this game, and if it manages to get like 25 plus all of the time, I will call it playable, okay? You can't really expect much from a GT 1030, especially in Red Dead 2, but it's good that you can at least play at 720p. Right, we arrived at Valentine, I guess, and it's still pretty good, you know, the FPS are still in the mid-30s. Let's go take a little walk around here. This is not really the most demanding part of this city. Yeah, right here, things become more and more demanding as we approach the center. Yeah, as you can see, 24 there. I mean, if you really want to, you could play like this, alright? And this game will run pretty much the same with something like an i5 2400, so you don't need a Ryzen 3 1200 even. This is really demanding over here again, but it doesn't drop as much as in Valentine. And, well, it's a decent experience, especially if you play with a controller. It's time for something a little bit more adequate for the GT 1030. It's CSGO. We're playing here at 1080p. Yes, guys, 1080p resolution, very low settings, everything. Alright guys, I'm gonna start counting our FPS right now. We are in Dust 2 deathmatch, of course, and to achieve the FPS that we're achieving right now, guys, you will need something like a Ryzen 3 1200 to get like 144 FPS on average. So if you have a pre-built with the 2nd Gen i5, guys, it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna deliver these frames that we're seeing right now, of course. That's a much slower CPU, and as you probably know, CSGO is a CPU demanding game above everything else. So if you have a semi-decent GPU like a 1050 Ti or even a GT 1030, you could play this game at 1080p above 100 FPS on average. Absolutely fine. Oh, come on. Okay, I got him. But this game has come a long way in terms of and optimization, I should say. Like, I remember playing this game like a year ago and getting 200 FPS on average with the 1030 at 1080p, and now it just gets 144 on average, which is insane, guys. But yeah, although optimization isn't the best, you could still play with the 1030 absolutely fine, even with a high refresh rate monitor, which you shouldn't really have with a GPU like this one, you know, unless the only games you're playing are CSGO at lower resolutions, because you can't really get 144 plus all of the time. And in a game like this, I will say that you don't want your FPS fluctuating too much below your refresh rate. Holy crap, what the hell? Oh, yep, boy, get wrecked. All right, oh my god, I can't control this. All right, how am I not dead? Ah, come on, almost. I even headshotted the guy. God damn it. We finished third. Not a bad result here with the 1030. I could play this game all day like this. Alright guys, it's time for another one of those very demanding games. This is Horizon Zero Dawn. We're playing at 720p, 100% resolution scale, low settings, lowest settings actually. This is not the low settings presets. Just like Red Dead Redemption 2, I guess the frame rates are gonna hover around like 25 to 30 most of the time. As you can see, this isn't even a very demanding area and we're seeing lower than 30 FPS, which sucks. Yep, okay, 24 right there. In very demanding areas, my friends, it will drop from like 20 FPS even, like we saw in the separate video that I made for this game in the 1030. If you're interested, by the way, you should be able to get the same FPS with something like an i5 2400 again. As you can see, the CPU usage isn't high at all. It's hovering around like 6 to 15% most of the time, because the GPU just can't really handle this game very well. So very unfortunate results. We're getting below 25 FPS a lot of times, so definitely, yeah, this is out of the question for the little GT 1030. And here we go, my friends. We are playing GTA 5 at 1080p with the high settings. Pretty much everything is set to high. Some things are set to normal, as you can see. Advanced settings are obviously disabled because they are very demanding, and I'm not sure how many of you expected these FPS coming from a GT 1030, but yes, the GT 1030 runs GTA 5 very well, as you can see. Like, this is an old game by today's standards. It's not really that demanding, so if all you want is a smooth experience in GTA 5 at high settings, 1080p resolution, the GT 1030 is actually very capable of providing that, coupled with something like a 4th gen i5 or that Ryzen 3 1200. That will be absolutely a very smooth experience. It will run the same as you're seeing right now with that CPU instead of the 3700X that we're using right now. Here is the most demanding area of our benchmark run, in the middle of the grassy hills here, I guess. There's Jack, by the way. Hello, buddy, how you doing? And yeah, you can see that it drops into the 40s. Not bad at all. If you want the 60 plus FPS experience, be sure to lower that grass level of detail and shadows maybe and stuff like that, and you should get close to 60 at 1080p even in this area. But you know what, if you want to keep those details high, you can definitely do so with the GT 1030. It does a fantastic job in GTA 5, and I can't really count how many times in my GTA 5 video of the 1030 I've gotten comments saying that it was fake because people are just not expecting this kind of performance from a GPU like this. We are now playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, very demanding game as well. 720p resolution, 100% resolution scale, graphics settings, everything is set to the minimum settings right here, okay? So it's basically low settings, and the game still manages to look pretty decent here at 720p with these settings. Let's start counting our FPS. It is running right around 30. Like, we've seen this a lot here today, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, every like very demanding game seems to run around 30 FPS with some drops here and there into the 20s sometimes. And right now, my friends, we're actually averaging 40 FPS, which is really great, guys. I wasn't really expecting to get these frames. Of course, I've already tested the GT 1030 in this game, so if you want to check that out, check the link down below in the description for the playlist of the 1030. Yeah, I tested more resolutions, of course. So over in the woods, it's dropping into the mid 30s, still pretty much the same thing, you know. All right, so it's almost dropping from 30 right here. if you manage your expectations, you could have a ton of fun in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I say this game is playable with this GPU, which is fantastic. And my friends, it's time for Fortnite. We're playing it at 1080p with the low settings and DirectX 11, because DirectX 12 gets slightly less FPS than 11 in this game. And from what I've seen with the 1030 and from what I've tested so far, it actually stutters pretty much the same with both APIs, so I prefer to have slightly better FPS, of course. Usually the game stutters less with DirectX 12, by the way. I remember the days when this GPU could actually do 60 FPS at medium settings at 1080p resolution. Right now, well, inside of houses and stuff, of course, it's less demanding, so you get up into the 90s and 100s at times. But over here, it gets 70s, 60s. It sometimes even drops from 60 FPS, so that's not really that good. But so far, so good. At least 95% of the time, it's above 60. Right now, inside of bushes, you get lower into the 40s, which is a little bit too bad, but I could still live with that. If you want to play this game at 1080p with a 1030, it should do a very good job. Okay, this is a new weapon. This is interesting. Alright then. What? What just happened? Oh my god, seriously. Anyways, guys, this is perfectly playable. It's time right now for Far Cry 5. We're playing it at 1080p resolution. Okay, 1920 by 1080, low settings across the board. Let's get into it. And it's night time, unfortunately, so the graphics aren't really as beautiful. But, of course, we can see our FPS here. And fortunately, I have a chopper today, so we can see the entire map from above, see how many FPS we can get, looking at all of the things at once. In a game like Far Cry, you might want to aim for 60 FPS, but you'll have to play at lower than 720p to get that. So let's aim for a 30 FPS experience here in this one, and I think you should be happy with low settings here in Far Cry 5. It looks great, it runs okay with the 1030. Of course, there will be a couple of drops here and there from 30 FPS, but it's mostly to the high 20s, so maybe play with a controller. You know what? This kind of reminds me of the experience with the GTX 580 that we tested a few weeks ago. Wow, look at this. I've never been here. Okay, then. This is amazing. We dropped into 25 FPS, by the way. Oh, look at the water. I didn't even know that the water actually moved with the wind of the chopper. That's great, guys. That's amazing. Well, I killed him. Great. Whoa, boy. Well, that's amazing. Alright then. I like that explosion. So, well, guys, I guess this is pretty much it for Far Cry 5. It runs okay at 30 FPS on average. So you can definitely get used to it, guys. Alright. There we go. Okay. Oh, that took a while to die, that one. Okay, then. Yeah, boy, there's a zombie right here, friends. Okay, he's down.
Hey guys, I'm here now.
We're gonna play right now Call of Duty Warzone with the 1030, of course, at 720p, lowest settings, everything, as you can see. Let's do this. Alright, everybody, we are now in the plane getting extremely low FPS, but good thing is that down there you don't get these FPS. So rest assured that it's probably gonna get 30 plus FPS if everything goes well. Okay, so we're going to downtown right now. Let's start counting our FPS, of course. I mean, if it manages to get 30 plus all of the time, I'm not gonna complain, because I think last time that I tested the 1030, it actually did like 25, maybe it drops to the 20s sometimes. You know what? In Warzone, I always aim for 60 FPS, but it's impossible with the 1030. Even at 800 by 600, it gets less than 60 FPS, not 30. Now, what do you think about this experience, Digimon? I got him! Yes!
Well, you see, you can kill people, so it's okay.
No!
Oh,
No! No, come on, mate. I don't know, I just want to get to the most demanding street. I don't want to die right now.
That was the symbol of Ark.
Ark?
Is that
Ark survival? I don't know.
It looks like Ark.
What? Another one? God damn it! I'm almost arriving, come on! So, okay, this is it. Yeah, 26 right there. As I told you, most demanding streets in downtown, 25. So I guess it's a 25 plus FPS experience, and it's not very good in a game like this one, right?
Yeah, it's a very competitive game, so... Oh, 60 FPS!
Did it touch 60?
I saw 62 FPS.
Alright,
65 now.
that's not too bad. But yeah, guys, basically the 1030 is not really the best thing if you want to play Warzone.
And it's now time for PUBG. 1080p and low settings.
Very low settings. Alright, so as we are dropping, the FPS are really bad.
Oh my god.
But that's absolutely normal. Once you're down there, it's gonna improve by a lot. Alright, we're in the ground. Let's start counting our FPS. I'm just gonna try to find a few weapons, of course. So far, so good. Look at our frames right here. 50 something. Not too bad at all. You know what? I'm gonna throw the smoke because it's very, very intensive and it's probably gonna drop into the low 20s and maybe lower than that. So I really recommend you to not throw smokes if you have the GT 1030, guys. 23 right now, 22. I told you. So 18 was the minimum. Yep, I told you it will drop from 20. So don't do that, guys. Okay, so the last thing to do is die, I guess, or maybe get somebody, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Go after them.
I'm trying. Just chill, Digimon. What the hell? Oh. What the
What was that? Was it a rocket
bazooka
launcher?
to the face? Look at him. How did he know? How the hell? Okay, then I can barely shoot like trucks with that thing. Okay, guys, it's now time for Battlefield 5. Let's do this. We're playing at 720p with the lowest settings, as you can see. Wow, I am impressed. I wasn't expecting 60, guys.
I like this map.
Do you like this? Yeah,
It gives me Far Cry 3 vibes.
Kind of, yes. It's a tropical island, of course, so I like the colors, like, a lot. This is probably gonna be our thumbnail, actually. Like, yeah, right there. That's our thumbnail, my friends. Very beautiful. I don't like the anti-aliasing, though, here, because everything is very, very smooth, and you just can't spot people very well.
A little bit blurred.
Yeah, it's very, very blurred, not a little bit. Of course, I'm playing it in a 32-inch monitor, which doesn't help it, but still, I always felt like I couldn't spot people well in Battlefield 5, unfortunately. Oh, whoa, there's one. Oh, God, what the hell? Okay, alright, we got one, finally. Good stuff, guys. There's another one there.
Oh, so many.
Okay. No, I wanted to switch weapons and I clicked F. Alright, so one more, guys. God damn it. Yeah, this graphics, I don't like this. Okay, we got this. Okay, we got another one. Good stuff. Alright, oh boy, nope. Okay, yep, that's it for Battlefield 5. 70 FPS on average. Pretty good experience, actually. I am impressed.
It's time for Rogue Company. Yes.
Rogue Company. Yes.
1080p, medium.
Alright, let's do this. Yeah, this is a little bit cringe right here. And there's no sound, by the way.
No sound.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay, my friends, Rogue Company is one of those games that actually runs really well. That's why I decided to go for medium settings at 1080p. Okay, here we go. Let's start counting our FPS. As you can see, very, very nice frames. And this game tends to stutter just a little bit, by the way, so keep that in mind. I guess we gotta protect these areas right here, or conquest them. I don't know, guys. But yeah, this is one of the adequate games for a GT 1030, my friends. It runs really well on it. Of course, the game still in beta, by the way, so that's why it has some stuttering issues still. This is like a smoke, I think. Okay, oh, two of them. Oh, come on. I think my gun was full auto, actually, and I just, yeah.
She's walking really weird when she's down. What the hell?
Okay, here we go again. Oh boy, I'm 20 HP already. Okay then, and I'm dead. This is crazy. It's amazing. Yes, very, very nice. But yeah, the point is proven. The game runs very well on the GT 1030. You should have no problems if you're looking forward to play this game with this GPU. Alright guys, we're now playing some Apex Legends at 720p with the low settings. Let's get into it. And here we go. So it's actually not performing as bad as I thought. We're not gonna land there. I'm gonna go to the epicenter because that's a very intensive area in this game. game. Oh, they're coming with me, actually. Oh, what? Such good teammates. Okay, so this is pretty much the most demanding little area of the entire map. Standing right here, looking at the epicenter, and it's getting 40 FPS, pretty much the same as in the spaceship, rendering the entire map at once. So this is extremely demanding, but you know what? It's a playable experience with the 1030. Should I call you DG Moon because copyright?
Yeah, guys. Right now I'm DG Moon.
Okay. Well, this is bad.
Kill him.
I don't even have good shields. Oh god.
Your team with you. What is that? What is that?
I don't know. It's some kind of treasure that doesn't do anything from what I can tell. Yeah, it definitely does something, but I don't know what it does. So yeah, don't judge me, guys. I don't play this game very often. I can hear them right there. Okay. Oh god, I almost got him. This is unfair. This is totally unfair. You know, if you get used to that 30 to 60 FPS experience, you could play like this. It's time for Valorant, and we're playing at high settings with the 1080p resolution. As you can see, another very adequate game for something like a GT 1030. Alright guys, so you can see that we're getting extremely high FPS for a GT 1030, and well, that's just because the GT 1030 can actually do it in Valorant. It can push 150 FPS absolutely fine. This game runs on every single potato out there, but you will need beefy CPUs such as a 4th gen i5 overclocked maybe, or a 3rd gen overclocked to achieve FPS like these. Okay, there we go. There we go. I can hear another one. Come on. Oh, come on. So, of course, my friends, you can definitely play this game with the GT 1030 absolutely fine. You just need that CPU power, you know. A 2nd gen i5 should also be good for this game if you want 60 plus FPS all of the time. Maybe the 1200 overclocked as well. Do you know how many FPS you get in this game, by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
Like 200 maybe?
200. She has a Ryzen 7 1700 right now at stock speed, so a 1200 overclocked will do the same as well.
Ah.
Sandwich. Right, so if you want a high refresh rate monitor, I guess, with a GT 1030 and play Valorant, even at high settings, it's very doable, as you could see. And it's time for our final game or simulator, whatever you want to call it. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course, low settings at 720p, and let's go. This is Shanghai, my friends, by the way. This is way too loud, so I'm just gonna not use headphones in this one. Okay, so let's fly close to the buildings. So far, it's actually not a bad experience here with the 1030. I've already tested this one, by the way, as well as in another video, you know. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's playable. It drops from 30. If you want 30 plus FPS, I think you need like 80% of 720p. Of course, I don't really recommend you to play this game with this GPU. It's just not really a very pleasant experience, and it costs like the same as the GPU itself. So just upgrade your system if you're planning on playing this, or maybe just pay like a couple of bucks and get the Xbox Game Pass and try it for yourself for a little bit. So yep, that's been it for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not the worst thing in the world, but it's barely playable, I will say.
There's cars.
Yeah, there are cars, yeah. Let's stop it right there, my friends. And that was it for the game test here with the 1030. We just crashed. Beautiful stuff. Alright everybody, it's time right now for the conclusion of this video. Do I recommend the GeForce GT 1030 GDDR5 model in 2020? And the answer is, it massively depends. Say for example you have an older pre-built with a low-end power supply like 200 watts, 220 watts. This is pretty much the only thing you can add to your PC as a dedicated graphics card to play your games. And it will actually run CSGO and those esports titles absolutely fine. Even Fortnite, if you don't mind to play on low settings or lower the resolution. But yeah, in that use case, you have a low-end power supply with an old pre-build. You want to add this on it? Yeah, sure, I could definitely recommend the GT 1030, but there's also the use case where someone is gonna buy an entirely new PC, you know, or build a new PC. And in that case, I will definitely not recommend the GT 1030 because you can get way better GPUs in the used market for cheaper or the same price. Like the RX 570 is like 3 to 4 times faster than this one. Now, if you don't want to buy it used, you could also spend like 40 bucks more than this and get that RX 570, which, yeah, for 40 bucks more, you get a ton of more performance, like more than double the performance easily. And that's why for most people, I don't really recommend the GT 1030. If you have a decent power supply as well, just look on the used market. You can grab like GTX 960s for very cheap. I saw like a 40 euro GTX 960 a couple of days ago, and that is like twice as fast as this. So that's been it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this one a like if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to watch more videos like this one, see you in the next one. Love you all.
Bye-bye.